Avatar 2. And what I think of it, as far as what it means spiritually. Now you got Jake. I'm gonna mention the whole series, part 1 and part 2. You got Jake. That's on planet Earth. Hold on, let's rewind it. I'm thinking Jake was at Pandora before in the previous life as a number 2, or the head chief, or whatever it is that they say that individual is that gets on that big predator and rides it. And only the individual that's considered the elite. He leads the clans. But I'm thinking he was that before, and the Sky People came. I'm thinking Jake left that planet, soul went to Earth, got into Jake's body. He learned life on planet Earth, information, more important than hand-to-hand combat that he had as a Marine or whatever he was served. Got injured, lost his legs, and this is where I think he was hidden in plain sight, as we say. The universe utilizes that, hidden in amongst us to learn our ways. But actually the whole time, he was the chosen. So Jake, he's in a wheelchair. He's not being attended to that much. He's all by himself. People not paying him that much attention. His brother dies, I think in the battle, whatever the case may be. Then Jake takes his place. Whatever is meant for you will show up. It will happen. He takes his place. He goes back to Pandora. They already have an avatar waiting on him that was for his brother, but he had like same genetics as his brother, so he fit right into the avatar. So now he's taking the skill set that he learned and information as a human being, as a Marine, and now he's taking that into the indigenous. Now the indigenous, they're more spiritually. Human beings in the government and the army, more technically. So now he begins to learn the spiritual aspect of creation. And he's learning rapidly. There's no fear. He's adapting. He's learning so fast, so much that other individuals become envious of him. They already know he's in book 2. They already know what he's going to be. They already know his sights is already, his destiny is already here to do. So he's gaining all that information. He evolves so much to the point where he has a spiritual awakening. And just went through the spiritual awakening. Now he's able to see the balance of life. He's able to see the Sky People for who they truly are. He's able to see the Sky People from how the indigenous see the Sky People. Now he knows they are destroying land. They're destroying life. The Sky People only see it as financial gain. They come into a certain section of land. They see that as something that they can gain from that land. They can take that back and gain massive amounts of money of it. Spirituality of it, they're destroying life. Life itself now has nothing to do with money and finance. It's just more so of nature. So what it is, Jake, he begins to organize the indigenous, teach them the hand-to-hand combat, teach them different strategies and structures of how to survive against the Sky People. So much so, and if he was never there, they would have wiped out their entire population. And guess what? We'd have took the political aspect of Earth and brought that political aspect onto Pandora. And guess what? Begin to destroy nature. Begin to destroy the population. Begin to get in that same mindset of technically there. As we see here, we're more advanced technically than spiritually. And what it is that leads to destruction. So what I'm seeing here is Jake is able to bring that spirituality and technical information to the indigenous. Now the indigenous can never adapt to advance technically to meet their spirituality. And then they can be able to move the Sky People off the planet and send them back to where they came from. Or to the point where they can show the Sky People what it is to tap into nature, to tap into life. To tap into a spirituality to make it equal up to your technical information. And that's the same thing what I think is happening on this planet right now. Is that individuals are being sent in more spiritually in tune with nature, and they are expressing this information to the planet, to the people. Getting them to see more so the leaders, getting the leaders to see more so of a spiritual aspect, more so than money and technical and greed and power. and sort of uplift the spiritual aspect of this planet to the technical aspect, which you have already gained. So we need him to see more of nature, more than finance, more than power, more than self. Server of self instead of being a servant of others. High off the people. And what does that mean? That means you're here to serve the people, to teach the people, to show the people their true identity. And you're a spiritual being. Spiritual being has all the power. You don't need no books. You don't need no school. You don't need all this information that teaches you on the outside. Your soul is the books, the school, the religion. It has all the information on the inside, more so than the outside. And once that's online, once that's activated, and once that's taken over more of the spiritual aspect, what I like to say, the autopilot is taken off and the soul begins to take over the physical aspect thoroughly and express its creative aspect, that's when we have won, or that's when things are changing on this planet. And this is what we're witnessing right now. This is why it's so chaotic, because the dark does not want this to happen. The dark is so much, they send sort of like a basketball game. A chosen one that's in the basketball game, starting lineup. Chosen one goes down to the low post, he receives the ball. Now what this dark forces would do, instead of sending a double team at this individual, they'll send the whole starting five and the bench. It's an all-out assault. They're trying to take him out. And this is what I mean when they put their foot on the gas pedal to eliminate this individual, because they don't want this individual's perspective out into the population, because it's going to change everything. There's only a few chosen. And this is why the life of a chosen is so tough and so chaotic. Because the chosen is taking on everything in order to release that true aspect of source, created, has for this individual to put into this population. That's all I want to share for today. Enjoy the rest of your day.